The most powerful vibration in the universe is the frequency of love. As human beings, our ability to experience a range of emotions helps us to give meaning to and define our experiences in the world. Today, we're going to talk about the suit of vessels from the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot deck. My name is Wayne, and it's a sincere pleasure to have you all with me here today. So, without delay, pour yourself a cup of your favorite beverage and let's dive in. This beautiful energy is all around us and within us. Our bodies are essentially vessels for this light. The suit of vessels speaks about our capacity for love. It speaks about how we interpret this energy on an emotional and psychological level. And it speaks about how, based on our varying modes of expression, we can in turn redistribute this love to others, how we can use it in the service and care of others and ourselves, or in care of nature. Because we live in a world of dichotomy, it is perhaps necessary to discuss, first of all, a concept called the law of polarity. The book, The Kabbalion, written under the pseudonym The Three Initiates, illustrates this law beautifully, and the following is a summary from this text. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. So essentially, what this law is saying is that there is only one frequency, and what we experience as poles are really just varying degrees of the same thing. For example, hot and cold are relative terms. The sensation that we experience on the physical level with regard to hotness and coldness is really just variances in degrees of heat. Likewise, there are varying degrees of the emotional state that we define as love, with unconditional love being at the heart or the centermost point. As this energy radiates outward and moves away from the center and diffuses, we begin to experience things like elation, joy, contentment, and then even further still, as the vibration goes into lower frequencies, we experience emotions like complacency, boredom, apathy, displeasure, all the way down to the more unpleasant sensations. All of these things we're experiencing because of love and the absence of love. Now, understanding this concept is important in understanding how the suit of vessels operates, because, as I said in the beginning, emotions define our experiences. We all gravitate towards things that are pleasurable, things that we find enjoyment in, which is fine. It's a totally reasonable thing to do. However, this tendency also makes us prone to excess. Now, remember that the universal, unconditional love is always all around us and within us. And if we know how to recognize and access this energy, it will sustain us in many ways. But most of us either don't know how to tap into this source, or we don't believe that it's possible to do so. Instead of first seeking what's within, we seek that energy from other people or other things, which leads us to form attachments and dependencies. And because it's coming from a source that's outside of ourselves, it can lead us to the fear of loss, which is why there are some philosophical schools that advocate the practice of detachment because of the fear of loss and how it may lead to suffering. Fear, generally speaking, is seen by many people to be the antithesis of love. And there are multiple references to this in our popular culture. The more famous quotes probably coming from Star Wars, where Master Yoda cautions that fear is the path to the dark side, or even the litany against fear from Frank Herbert in Dune, where fear is the mind killer. And even outside of fiction, we have luminaries like the late Dr. Martin Luther King saying the following in regards to fear, that hate is rooted in fear, and the only cure for fear/hate is love. The Suit of Vessels asks us to contemplate the powerful vibration of love, and it reminds us that the nature of the vessel is to receive, but also to give. On that note, let's look at some of the correspondences from the Suit of Vessels. Vessels correspond to the element of water. The Earth is around 71% water, and the human body is about 60% water. Water in the human body is primarily associated with blood, and blood is in turn associated with passion, i.e., when people are described as being hot-blooded or cold-blooded. And of course, the organ responsible for the circulation of blood in the body is the heart. In standard playing cards, the Suit of Vessels likewise corresponds to the Suit of Hearts. And whereas with the Suit of Blades, which is associated with the mind and the intelligence, as we discussed in the previous video, with regards to Vessels, it deals with the world of our emotions. In poetry, theatrical pieces, film, and works of art in general, the heart is emblematic of love and an icon for our emotions. The heart has been recognized by some as having an intelligence of its own, and the term emotional intelligence has become quite popular in everyday vernacular. The Suit of Vessels is associated with religion, spirituality, and the symbolism of the water within the suit is associated with the astral current. In astrology, the Suit of Vessels corresponds with the signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Allow me now to please share my personal thoughts on the matter. We live in very interesting times, and no matter how well insulated you are from the noise of what's going on in the outside world, there is no way around it, and we're all impacted by things on the local and global level. Climate change, political divisiveness, religious tension, racial tension, wars, pandemics, economic uncertainty, concerns about the increasing role of artificial intelligence and how it's playing a factor in our lives, human rights, foreign interests and relations, conspiracy theories, post-truth information quagmire. It's a lot. I know. When ideas like globalism and nationalism collide with each other, remember that ideas are just artificial constructs and that we have the potential to rise above it. Some ideas may resonate with us because of our upbringing or circumstances, but we should be careful about going towards extremes of being so polarized in our worldview that we are unable to empathize with other people who are also living and having a unique human experience. So let's not reduce each other to memes and caricatures, but instead strive to be aware of the love residing within each of us so that we can find common ground and work things out, if possible. And if not, then at the very least, we can coexist in peace. And remember, you are a vessel. We all are. So when the universal energy of vitality and love flows through you each day, remember that you have a choice. You could choose to operate with kindness, and you could choose to be an inspiration to others. And you can start by clicking on the like button. I'd appreciate that very much. Thank you, and thank you for watching this video on the Suit of Vessels. My name is Wayne Rodney, and I am the creator of the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot deck. And if you're interested in obtaining a copy for yourself, there is a link that I've included in the description of this video. So until next time, abundant blessings and have a wonderful day.